popping? Today we at DC Talk Radio. Yeah. Check out the beat. Some emphasis on white tees, black. Let's go. What's good? So I'm nervous a bit, you know, but I'm trying to do my best. Shout out to Mosey on the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back into talking about this.
Oh baby, oh you that with your soul. You don't know I'm your pedestal.
I know love always comes with the consequences. I know love everybody, but stay loyal to a few. I've been going like I'm going crazy right now. Yeah. Let me reminisce about the mission that we had. But I could never let go. Blaming myself down. I can never blame myself, no way. I'm a snap, yeah. Give you all my loyalty and love. You turn it to dusty. I've been feeling all rusty, yeah. Must be nasty, yeah. Never let it go right now, yeah. Never let it go right now.
Looking at your face like crazy. You the got me stargazing. I know it's really bad for you. Then you touch on my soul. Oh baby, oh you touch with your soul. You don't know I'm your pedestal.
This is a very, very lovely tune. I like how emotional it has. It has an element of emotion.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was delivered on that purpose. I would say when we were writing it with Trishan, he was saying like we started off with making beats like we usually are in the studio where we lay down some beats, and we found a melody that was created by Cinematics. Is a place where you can just like get copyrighted samples. From there, we came up with that sound. You know?
Okay, so it was a process, huh?
Yeah, I know this is about me, but initially I started up a group called Ilile Society, which is just like not a record label, but it's simply a group where artists push artists. So as small startup artists, we have where we book studio sessions together. Then we go there, we make a bit of sounds. Our goal is to try to create one society where startup artists have opportunities, and the rest. So we usually meet down. I think 7 of us. We make mix. We share the talents that we have. If someone is good at mastering, we bring them. If someone is good at rapping, I have a thing to say. I just want to put it first. I never take credit because my whole journey, I've never wanted to come out as a producer. Because I've always wanted to be an artist, like somebody who raps. If I do produce, it's just out of me loving to produce. But I've always wanted to take the routes of being the artist.
Is it possible to have both, or do you think being a producer limits you?
I feel like I find it when you're in a niche where you have more than one thing doing, there will be always a comparison. I don't want to come out to say if maybe I do my music, no matter how good or bad it is, I just don't want somebody to come and say you're better off as a producer.
Oh,
you get that? And so I don't want to be niched to a certain.
Okay. But Kanye, it worked out, right? People love him as a producer, as a rapper.
Yeah, I don't take music to be like a thing of generating money directly for me, but I see it as something generating opportunities. I might necessarily not make money off music, but the publicity, for example, can help me establish my other businesses and other brands, you know.
What's harder than a broken home is being broke, having broke dream. I can never lie, very passive with what I say. Cause I hold myself down, thinking mostly egoistic. Everything around me revolves around materialistic things. I can handle this. God says, give what belongs to Caesar to Caesar. And that belongs to God, so you see I gotta keep the balance. Twice when I look at them, I'm going through the window with a cold heart. If Shadi chose me over another man, he probably made the right decision, cause I'm not the one to be talking about love and fortune. But at least I could keep a little bit of tokens. I got a lot of homies talking. They go lies, whatever, seems to be passive. Do you have the ambition and goals to be driven by winners? Only the poor talk about marriage as something out of the way. If I'm with you, then you know you better win with me. Hey, I feel every moment like the stars from see how you won. Picture me rolling.
Okay, so you've talked about your group, your music group, and what are your plans for yourself as an artist, personally?
So for me, one of the plans I have for myself is one, to be successful. I'm one that believes in generational wealth.
Okay.
So not only for my kids, God willingly, if I have any, but for the people that will be my bloodline. At least they're saying I lay down a foundation that helps them in the future. Not even only my family, anyone that is associated with me should be at least successful in some way.
Successful in some way, huh? The bloodline, it's very important to think about children, think about generations, and yeah, it's quite important.
Pillar in a society where you help.
A pillar?
Yeah, you be a motivation, either indirectly or directly. Like, at least if a child is growing up, you say, I want to look up to him, if he can accomplish that, then that type of thing.
So young people to look up to you.
Yeah, I would say.
Are you going to be someone who create an image for yourself in terms of how you want to be seen, or are you just going to come clean and say just be yourself?
For me, I think in my perspective, you take me how you want to take me.
Okay.
I don't think I'll be one to try so hard to fake or to be somebody who I'm not. And generally, I've tried to be for who I am.
Okay, I get it. In the future, are you looking to now start putting credit on your work?
Yeah, definitely. I am looking to put credit to my work.
And also artists also feel like producers sometimes are too controlling of the arts. Have you ever experienced that?
I have experienced my experience is like different from most producers. So for me, initially I always wanted to give my things for free. But I had artists that would come offer to pay. They don't want to get free things or don't want to pay. When they paid, and some other things, I'll still drop things online for free, like anyone is accessible to get it. I had artists that are like, okay, why am I paying you? Where am I paying you when you're giving out things for free? It's better you monetize everything. And if I put it in the perspective where it's opposite, where somebody is not paying and they're getting for free. At the end of the day, if you will find 90% of the producers that are actual good producers and are public known, these are people that are using it as a sort of monetize their work. Once they monetize their work, it's like you working labor work and they never pay for it. It's just like they need just their pay.
They need their pay, huh?
Yeah. But would that end? It would end, yes, in the future, because we have now distribution platforms online, things like Distro. I think they require you to leash out everyone that worked on the project, claims of copyright. That way,
it's getting serious.
Yeah, so it's getting serious. I see copyright to your songs, because copyright to your music is very easy. You get song trust, the copyright, the distributions, you get publishers, they're protected. Yeah.
Are you looking to do that to copyright your music?
I'm working on distribution, and at the same time, I'm trying to copyright. I'm not trying to have the issue that I had last year, where I had a copyright strike. And for me, honestly, I make melodies for myself, but I'm also, when I like a sample, I should get it. I used a sample, and I was guaranteed monetizing based on those streams I had. So it's like, I never claimed a split, but because I thought it was 100% loyalty. But they came back and say no, copyright infringement.
Oh, I see. It's a big word, that one, copyright. I think that's where now we have to think about samples.
Yeah.
And how maybe to limit samples. Do you think limiting samples will help?
No, that's impossible. Practically, if you do music, anyone who does music knows it's impossible to come up with your own sound. Every sound you're gonna mix was mixed by somebody 50 years. Because let me say 90% of the drum we use are from Dr. Dre. Imagine if Dr. Dre said, I'm copywriting all my drums. How many people are going to make music? Music like hip hop, its whole history is based on sampling.
Okay. So it's just about,
So I wouldn't say my parents see music as a viable option, but it's something, if it works out, I don't think, for example, if I do music and I become successful at it.
I see, I get you.
Yeah. So another day, I feel like it narrows down to happiness.
Happiness, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, what's that face? They just down, hit me a drop. I come and bring on the heat. All the must be blessings. Step up the energy, looking for any position below me. Hearing the voice in my head, all the pain, they feel the same. Walking alone, under the sun, cover my soul, got on my side. What a life, what decided to change. Got in my life, I'ma be next. Ay, send her the best, doing worse, doing some years. I'm making progress, she took the lane, I love a beautiful mess. Ay, I never miss, I took my shots, I am a beast. I'm trying to fist, roll up my feet, I'm trying to fight, rip out your soul, put in the work. I know. Ay, what's that fast? They just down.
Like the chorus.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
I come and bring on the heat.
Different, eh?
I know. Ay, what's that fast? They just down. Hit me a drop. I come and bring on the heat.
I enjoy producing this.
I think you're finding your style, what kind of music you want to make.